All right, let's put all this together. Now that we've figured out what we want for our layout, now we need to start building out like the content for our pages. We've got kind of a rough idea of where content's going and things like that, but we really haven't started putting the content in what I would call like a displayable form, right? So now's where we really start getting into the layout and the content that it's going to go. And we're putting a little bit more structure behind our idea board that we did here, right? So this was just general concepts and ideas and throwing things against the wall. And now we're coming down to it, right? We've written some content. We've gone into ChatGPT. We've pulled some images and things like that. Well, this is where we start doing the layout so that when we start building our site in the next video training, then we have all the information and it's more or less drag, drop, copy, paste. And we don't have to do a whole lot of a thought process around it. There may be some things on, designing the page that are a little bit quirky, but that's more of a, like, how do you use the software in MyMFG Plus, not really content-wise. So this is the content layout. So you're going to start page by page by page and laying out the content for that page. So we know where the graphic is. And you may want to say, okay, graphic and, image, elderly couple on couch, or whatever the file name is, right? So that you know exactly what's going where, okay? And then you just lay out every single page. And we just do it inside of a Word document or even inside of a Google Doc, and it works fine, okay? So you roll it out and you just lay out every single page. You have some of your graphics in here that you want to use, and you go through page by page. So you've got your main page, got your idea board, but you got your main page, any content on there. You've got this page, we've got your process page, you got your about us page, and we went through a couple of these scenarios inside of ChatGPT. So, this was just the idea board, but here's where kind of the rubber hits the road and you start putting your content ideas into actual graphics and, text and everything like that. Once you've got every page laid out, and this might be a 10, 15, 20 page document, there should be one for every page, right? So once you've got it all laid out, then you're finally ready to start going into MyMFG Plus and start building stuff. So once you've done all this, get all this stuff ready. Get your images ready, get your headlines ready, get your subtitles ready, your titles and subtitles for each page. Get your content that you're writing. Get all those ready for every single page inside of your 10 or 12 or 15 page website. And then we can start, building stuff out. Okay. Again, inside this document, we're just looking for your written and your graphic content. We're not looking for layout necessarily. Keep kind of a nice organizational structure to it, but you don't need to, don't worry about, hey, this image isn't where I want it. I want it on the right side, left side. You don't have to worry about layout for this. This is just more about content. Okay. All right. That concludes this first training series. I know it was a little bit long, guys. It was about an hour, hour and a half long, but believe me, the more work you do here, the easier it's going to be when you start building the website. And if you remember, we started off defining what you want in your website. Understand your audience needs. What's the purpose of the website? Why are you building it? Then you get into, why would they use this website over another method? What products or solutions? Then we went in and we did some research and we find other sites that you wanted to emulate, not copy, but emulate. What about them do you like and not like? Are they easy to navigate? Then we planned out and designed the layout, the design, the color scheme, and the images And then we went into ChatGPT and figured out what the text content. For the images, we went to Pixabay, iStock, and also Elements, envato.elements, or elements.envato.com. Then we went into some of the more intricate details of the content layout, like left, right, things like that. And now we went in, the final step was we started laying out every single page by page and having our headlines, our subtitles, our titles, our subheadlines, and our text content, along with some of our images, all in one document. And it might be 10, 20, 30 pages. That's okay. But this is going to make it a lot easier to copy and paste our information into the website. And once you have all that, this should take you, I'd say, from start to finish. We kind of breeze through it because I'm doing a training, but shouldn't take you more than 3 or 4, maybe 5 hours, right? Depending on how many pages you're doing and how many products you're doing and things like that. If you're doing a 3 to 5 page website, it should take you about an hour per page maximum. If you're doing a 10-page website, 15-page website, it's about a half hour to an hour per page, right? So 10 pages should take you no more than 5 hours, okay? So that's what you do on a Friday night or a Saturday. And then Sunday, you're going to start building, okay? So that's kind of the structure here. And, that's what the next training is going to be about. We're going to get into not ChatGPT. We're going to get into Go High Level, or the MFG Plus platform, and we're going to start building a web page and structuring all this stuff out for you. All right, guys. Hope this was helpful for you, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.